Hi everybody, and welcome to Outsourcing Angel. I was about to say welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Outsourcing Angel, and this is my beautiful VA, Cheyser, from all the way from the Philippines. And the purpose of this video or podcast or interview, whatever it is to actually just allow you guys or your audience to actually learn who we are, what does a VA look like, you know, who are they, what is their life like, what can they do for a client. And because when you're starting out with outsourcing and working with VA, you know, you don't really have a clear picture of who they are. And so this is a way for us to, you know, get people into our world and get them to know you. So welcome. How are you, Cheyser?
I'm doing great, thanks. How about you, Miss Lynn?
I'm good. I can't wait for the Christmas break. What plans do you have for Christmas?
I will just probably stay at home.
Really?
Spend time with my family.
Yeah. Do you normally go away somewhere, holiday or anything?
We usually don't go away because I'm working outside. Aside from working as a VA at Outsourcing Angel, so I normally stay at home, spend time with my family, rest, and get a lot of sleep.
Oh, okay. So you just want to like calm down, and it's like personal time rather than going out getting busy because you're already busy at work all year, the whole year. You don't want to be busy anymore. Good idea. So yeah, tell me more about yourself. You know, married, single, kids, whatever. You know, I want people to know more of who Cheyser is.
I'm 29 years old. I'm still single, but I'm already engaged.
Yep.
Actually, I got engaged at Davao during our meetup.
Yeah.
I'm planning to get married next year, around April to December. Aside from working as a virtual assistant, I'm also working as a teacher in the morning, then as a virtual assistant at night.
Oh, nice. So, you know, in Australia, we don't say we're single if we are dating someone. So, like, yeah. So, because I know when I've interviewed VAs, they said they're single, and then later they talk about their, you know, boyfriend, like their partner. And so now I understand. In the Philippines, until you're married, you're still considered single, right?
Yep.
But in Australia and in, you know, first world countries, I'm assuming that single is when you don't have a partner. And if you're dating a boyfriend or whatever, then you'll take it. You're no longer single. You're off the market. So that's the thing. Yeah, so tell me more about your journey as a VA. Like, okay, so you're a teacher, and what made you want to do VA work? And yeah, tell me more.
I started working as a virtual assistant way back in 2011. I just went to a website wherein they offer different kind of freelancing jobs. Then I landed a job. I worked there for 4 years. Then after that, I decided to work again as a teacher. Then I got hired. Then I actually missed working as a virtual assistant. Okay, I missed working on technical stops, editing stops, working on Facebook, etc. Then I applied at Outsourcing Angel and I got hired again.
Ah, great. So how about before you got into a VA job, the original one? What were you doing before?
I work as a college instructor.
Okay.
I was teaching information technology subjects.
Yeah.
Then while I was teaching, I came across with this SEO and online. Then actually I decided to leave my previous job. Then that's it.
Okay.
So I thought of why not? I work as a teacher and a VA at the same time, and I was able to do it.
Ah, nice. So tell me about all your tasks that you can do. You know, not just the tasks you can do for clients now, but you know, try to list as many tasks that you've helped clients over the years.
I did link building, copywriting, video editing, basic graphic designing, layouting using Adobe InDesign. I also did research, email management, social media management, setting up Facebook ads, and many more.
Wow.
I think
impressive. I know. I just get amazed at what the skill set VAs have. It's like sometimes you're like a Superman in the virtual world. You know, you can do everything.
Actually, I think it's a requirement for us to be able to do anything because, of course, we are virtual assistants and we have to assist our clients with everything that they need.
Yeah.
So,
what made you decide to be a VA? Like as in, what seduced you into this VA world?
Actually, it's not as tiring and tedious as working on a physical setup. I still manage to keep my job because I believe someday I might leave my physical job and I have a plan B, which is working as a virtual assistant. So I make sure that I always have a virtual assistant job. So if ever I want to leave my physical job, I can work as a virtual assistant full time.
Yep. So you like the flexibility of a VA
Yep.
job. Yep. Yep.
I love the flexibility, being at home, being with my family, working without facing the traffic here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So it's really flexible and it's very convenient.
Yeah. Do you find that your VAs that work from home are happier than office-based VAs? You know, like people in the BPO companies?
I think yes, because it's less stressful and you own your time. Actually, you can work at home and have coffee anytime you want or rest anytime you want, as long as you can do the task that the client is asking you to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So tell me more about what services does your client do and the current task that he gets you to do?
So we have a routinary task like posting on Facebook, checking of emails, checking the comments on the Facebook page, the Instagram. After that, he usually gives me some graphic designing tasks. He even asked me to set up a FB ads, things like that. So things that are related to his business.
Yeah. What does his business do? What does he do?
It's actually a video marketing company.
They do video marketing. And where is he located?
He's located at UK.
In the UK. There you go. Yeah, it's nice and refreshing when we have clients in other countries, not just all Australian. Imagine if you had to give advice to a client, right? It's like, how do best work with Cheyser? What would that advice be to the client?
Actually, working with me is not a hassle. He can just leave the task there and do the usual core task for his company. I'm very flexible. I do not need much monitoring to do the task. I can work on my own. So it's very flexible to work with me.
Yeah, cool. So if you had to describe your personality in one sentence, what's your personality like?
I'm a go-getter and creative.
Nice. Okay, well, I actually have some fun questions to ask you. This is a multiple choice. You just have to say this or that, like whichever one I chose, right? Just a fun thing. All right. It's called the Speedy 5. I called it.
Okay.
Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, look at you. You look like a bit like Tom Cruise. Oh, God. You look like you've got a big crush on him. Okay. Sing or dance?
None. Actually, I'll just pick sing.
Sing, yeah. Dog or cat?
Cat.
Cat. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Beach. Nice. Oh, it's so cute. See, through those questions, I got to know a lot about you, and it made you all like blushing and stuff. So that's really cute. Okay, so you know, when it comes to working with clients, right? Sometimes the things don't go well with clients. What are the tips that you could give to clients in general to make sure that they have a high success rate working with their VA?
Probably the first one is to have communication with your virtual assistant. Always communicate. If you have problems, new tasks, always communicate. Message him or her right away if there is something that you want him to work at. Aside from that, be kind to your virtual assistant.
Yes.
So treat them as if they are working with you physically, or treat them how you will deal with your physical employees.
Yeah.
Then surely you'll have a great relationship with your VA.
Yeah, I like that too. And what tips do you have for like even VAs? Because, you know, you're one of our great VAs that are very proactive and, you know, showing a lot of care towards your client. But sometimes VAs don't know what to do, you know, or aren't performing at their best. Like, what tips do you have for VAs?
I think number one, manage your time. Since you're working at home and no one is monitoring you physically, most of the virtual assistant just scroll on Facebook and do not work, play games like that. So manage your time wisely. Think that you are working for your client, not just online, but you are working to help him progress with his company. Manage your time, communicate with your client. If you do not know how to do the task, ask him or ask for assistance. I'm sure he will understand if you cannot work on the task.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, at Outsourcing
Yeah.
Angel, we don't use a time tracking screen tool, right? Because we wanted to have a relationship where a client trusts the VA, gives them that trust. And so we find that VAs most of the time value that and appreciate that. So then they work harder, right? And at the end of the day, it's like, why break the trust? Why, why work on crap stuff and not deliver? Because the result shows, right? Like if you're not doing the work, the result will show and the client won't get the result that he needs for his business. And then he won't even hire you anymore. So it's like, there's no point in cheating because you're cheating yourself. You're ultimately going to think. And I think one tip that I do like VAs to have more is like just being more proactive at raising their hands, because I guess in the Philippines, I mean, I was born in Vietnam, so I know that our culture is more obedient, right? We're told to like listen to our elders and
yes.
obey, say yes, right? And so we coach our VAs, when we're onboarding them to like raise your hands up, tell them if there's a better idea, better suggestions, rather than just taking a yes. And so when people hire their own VAs by themselves or work with other companies, they are going to face those kind of challenges. But with us, we try to coach them because we know what we want in a VA. So then we know clients will want that. We want VAs that are like more Australian-ized, like more foreign in the sense, like be confident, raise your opinion. Yeah, don't be afraid to be assertive. Yeah. How do you feel over the years as a VA? Have you built more confidence in that area too?
Yeah, I built more confidence. I actually hated when my client calls me. But working with Outsourcing Angel, we have direct communication with the client. So it makes me more comfortable talking with the client directly rather than...
Yeah. It just takes time and it takes practice in anything. But so you're lucky. I think I met your client before. He's really kind. I met him. He's soft and tender. Yeah.
Super kind, super sweet.
Yeah.
He's the best client.
Yeah. And like whenever we match VAs and clients and they have such a great relationship together, we feel like we just make two lovers together. Like when you're in matchmaking and then just seeing them treat each other nice and they're in love, it's like this magic thing. So, well,
I'm very lucky to have him as my client.
Yeah,
I'm very lucky.
I'm glad. I hope he's watching this and know that he's loved by you and us as well. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years in terms of dreams in like family life, or what do you want to? What's your bucket list in the next 5 years?
In the next five years, I hope I have kids already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Probably I'm still working as a teacher, and of course, I will not leave my work as a virtual assistant because I love it.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for your time, Cheyser. I really appreciate it, and I love having that chance to chat with you too through this podcast.
Thank you, 𝗡𝗡.
Yeah, and I hope the audience has learned a little bit about yourself and the stuff that you can do. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you, 𝗡𝗡.